Hello and welcome to Freedom from the Night. We get off into the tales of the supernatural. Let me check my sound, making sure that it's up. Come on, sound. Everything is going pretty slow. So might be going slow again today on this video. We get volume is up. Let me turn it up a little more. Hello. Welcome to Freedom from the Night. Um, we get off into the tales of the supernatural. All right. We the things that we have not yet to see, but the Father exposes it. So therefore, we are told for some of it to tell some of it. Um, the portion that we are to tell to others and to share, the ones that we are able to share with others. So today is November the 20th, 2022. So, so let's get started. Today's subject is I had a dream this morning. I had a dream this morning right after I did my broadcast yesterday. Yep, after I did my broadcast yesterday, I had a dream. And the dream was not good. There are spirits that don't sing the truth that is Jesus. Like they do not want to hear about Jesus. I don't know why my computer and the connection consistently going slow lately, but I gotta do what I can until I get an upgrade. Okay, until I can upgrade. Until then, we're gonna push it out. We still gonna push it out. Okay, it's gonna get out there, and that's it on that. But I got some good breaking news update today. Good breaking news update. So stay tuned after this. All right, so it's breaking good news update. That is the topic today. It's just uh, a dream that I had yesterday, and I just want to get it out. Now, any movement that I make, which is why I just sit straight like this all the time, because I don't want to make one false move because this thing will stop and you won't be able to hear me. But I'm kind of tired of that today. So today I'm going to have to make a movement. Okay. So, or I might stand still. I don't know. Depends on if this thing is still doing too much. Anyway, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to do what I do. But overall, I had a dream yesterday. It was a warning. Um, a warning. All dreams are warnings. Okay, they warnings towards your future or something in your past that's trying to catch up to you. You know, dimensions or days. Either something's trying to trap you in the dimensions of the dead bodies. Where people study the dead all day throughout this whole entire world. They study the dead, okay, and things of the past. Bring them into the future, and all it does is make others angry, and it causes anguish, and it causes other people to um it just causes a lot of chaos and coldness and people not really truly being themselves. Okay. Causes a lot of fear of people. Okay. So, what happens when you go to other people for help is that you fear those people because you go to them for help. You go to people for help instead of going to God for help. You would have no fear of nobody being your friend, nobody being in your life, none of that, if you feared God. Okay. And that's what children of God, or should I say Israel's lights. Yes. I'm gonna say that like that. Israelites. That's what Israel. No, I'm gonna say it like that. That's what Israel is doing. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna say it. But let me just say it. So um the Israel do. That's what Israel do. Okay. So let me get back on subject because I'm kind of off subject today right now. But you are tuned into FFTN broadcasting, FFTN broadcasting, and I'm your host Shantae, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Is I'm your host Shantae, and this is the channel Freedom from the Night, Freedom from the Night. Okay, so let's get started. All right. Now, what I wanted to first say was how in a dream I seen this guy. He was heavy set, uh kind of like a dark complexion, and he was now it was a numerous of things that was going on in the dream. Not all of it was not all of it went together. Most majority of it was separated. So so first and foremost, it was a a man who was not showing who he truly was, but he I don't know, he was in the dream, he wasn't showing who he really was because he had two sides to himself. He had two sides to himself. And um he he so he was like a Dr. Jekyll and a Mr. Hyde type of person. Like was 1 minute he was okay, the next minute he had. So he got anger issues, and and to get right to it, in a dream I had he had killed his his ex-girlfriend. Okay, he had killed her. Um, it was mainly not only killed, it used the word murdered. Okay, in the dream he said I murdered my ex, who he was no longer with, and because she was dead. So I looked over after he murdered his ex. I looked over at her picture, and she had her hair down, uh long, nice and pretty, but for the picture, okay, for the picture she had her hair in a nice style, a nice long style, okay, very pretty. So um yeah, then um then I woke so then I'm gonna just say this part because it was a long dream. So I'm gonna just say this part. And this part, when I woke up this morning, and I'm gonna say the rest in just a second. I'm going to interpret this part right here of the dream that I had. I woke up this morning, I looked on my YouTube, and I seen the guy that I had the dream about on the YouTube channel. So him and his girlfriend that he's with, they have a YouTube channel together. And I'm like, whoa, that's the man who was the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in my dream, who in the dream he had murdered his girlfriend. And he was trying to um first of all, he was trying to end. I forgot to say how he was in a dream and he was trying to take me somewhere. Okay, so he was like he was very aggressive. Okay, he very aggressive. He took my hand and said, "Come on with me. Come on, let's go." So we got in his car, and then once we got in his car, he took me to another part of a town, and then he was like, and then I stood there, and then he was like, "Come on, let's go this way." So he was trying to take me in a back room, and I was like, and I was telling him, I said, I let go of his hand. I said, "We're not about to have sex." That's the first thing I said. We're not about to have sex. So why am I going back there in that room with you? So he was like, he looked down, he said, "Okay, okay." And then he left. Then he came back and he said, "I don't know how you're gonna get home." I got these parts of the dream. He was like, "I don't know how you're gonna get home." So he was mad because I did not want to have sex with him. So he's like, "I don't know how you're gonna get home." And I was like, didn't even say anything. I didn't say an emotional thing. I just heard what he said and I said, "Okay." And then I digged in my pocket, pulled out some change. I had coins. I had coins in my pocket. And then that's when he went upstairs and he came back downstairs and he had a body bag, a black body bag. And in that body bag, he said his he had murdered his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend. And and then something showed me a picture. Although the picture was in a whole other room, I wound up being in that room where his girlfriend picture was. And I looked at the picture and the girl was a certain, I remember how she looked on the picture. So then I went, and then all of a sudden I'm back into the spot where he was. And then I said, and then I said something strange. And, to let him know that I'm not fearful of you. You don't fear, I don't fear, no fear in me. Just because you murdered your ex-girlfriend. And so he looked at me like, "Oh, like, okay." And then he had to watch his back. And so he wound up taking the body of his girlfriend, who he called ex-girlfriend, but it was his girlfriend. But she dead. Of course, she is his ex, right? So he took the body and he took it outside. He came back in, and after he took the body outside, put it in the trash, in a dumpster, in a black bag. Then he came back in and he said to me, well, he didn't say anything to me. He just looked at me. And then all of a sudden I saw a knife in the refrigerator, like an old time knife. Okay. So it was like a old time, the way they used to make swords in the caveman time. Okay. Like BC. Okay. like in cave times or whatever it may be. But way back, okay. Um, excuse me, sorry about that. So I looked at it, and the way that it was carved, okay, so it was an old carved knife. And I picked it up, put it in my pocket for this guy. Now, the devil was, I guess the devil, no, not, I'm not gonna say guess, but the devil was expecting me to use that knife, but I didn't. I didn't use that knife because my self-control left out the house. Okay. And again, that was that. So I left the house, um uh and then I'm gonna say this. Okay, so, and that's not the full dream. It was some more stuff after that. Okay. So what I witnessed this morning, same girl, I don't know how all of a sudden these YouTubers popped up on my stuff as I was looking on in my video, because I was looking at my video trying to see what was going on or whatever. And why was a tempting situation, because it was it was temptation all over the stream. It was temptation the whole night, trying to stop me from being in the fear of God. Like, it was just temptation trying me all night. It would not stop. So I would have to wake pray up, pray, read the Bible. I wouldn't stop until it stopped. And then so next thing I know, um again, I see the video of the two couple, and I'm like, whoa. So I seen the two couples, and it was, I don't know if I should say, he had put a murdering, he had murdered his girlfriend. And now murdering can be any type of way. It could be anything. It could be an argument. It could be him just being aggressive, like he was. He's very aggressive. It could be that he really murdered his girl, but they are a YouTuber and they do pranks. And I just seen it this morning. Like, I looked at the video. I tapped the video of the YouTuber, and I was like, they do pranks. And I see how she does her pranks, but she doesn't know who she really is dealing with. She's dealing with a man she's dealing with a man who is psycho, but she doesn't know he is. He has two sides to himself. Um the people that I saw in the picture of the girl and the man, I'm gonna say their name. It was the YouTubers are big big homie blocks and Xavier TV. Yeah, I saw. I looked and I was like, it's those two. Okay. Uh, so yeah, I never heard them before. I just ran across that when I had the dream this morning. Okay. And then when I woke up, I looked on my YouTube and they popped up, and I saw them as I was looking at my video. And I pressed on it, and I'm like, oh my God, they do pranks. And they very vicious with their pranks. This prank stuff, at some point, is gonna run to an end. Like it's gonna, like, I know that's how people make their money or whatever they doing, but they at some point gonna have to stop. Like it's going to be to where it's going to go wrong for all these pranks that is very, very evil, very vain, very demonic, pranking each other like that. That's not good. So God is yeah, God is saying that these pranks, and then y'all making y'allself up together, and then you may decide that, hey, I don't want to deal with this person no more, and all of a sudden you come up missing. See, this stuff has to stop, and I'm gonna have to do a part two, but this is the part one of how these pranks are going to have to stop. God is putting a halt to these pranks. Yeah. So that was the first part of my dream, but I have to come back on and do another part to this dream because it's too long, and I don't want to be on here too long just talking about this. I already didn't went over because at 21 talking about this. So I'll just come right back and do another video. Stay tuned for more at my channel. Good breaking news update. Good breaking news update. Bye for now.